Anyway, so moving on, there's a story that I covered last week. And where is it? Okay, so yeah. So the Friday 13th movies, and this is a story that I covered last week, and I wanted to come back to this. And the reason why I wanted to come back to this is because I got more information from it. Plus, it's Halloween, and I didn't really have that much to cover for Halloween. I thought I had it on a page up, but I guess I missed it. So it kind of speaks directly with what's going on with this lawsuit and things that could possibly happen with the Marvel universe. There we go. All right. So last week I was talking about this this Friday the 13th lawsuit, and I read the full article from last week, and then I found a couple more articles that gave a little bit more information. So what's going on here is that the writer from the original Friday the 13th movie, he gained the rights to the franchise, right? So the screenwriter has won the appeal in the case for the rights of the Friday the 13th franchise. But like they point out here, it does not mean that he owns the rights to the adult version of Jason Voorhees, but the franchise name and the first film will belong to him. It also does not mean that Miller is free and clear to do as he pleases with the franchise. There are still many deals to be made behind the scenes. So even though he did win the official rights to the first Friday the 13th movies, apparently, you know, whatever these legal issues are and these legal battles are, right? Because he was a writer for the original movies, and he gained the rights for certain things. He gained the rights for the first film franchise, but he does not have the rights for Jason Voorhees himself. Now, could the movies still use Jason Voorhees without having to pay him attribution? Maybe. So this is what the whole argument is all about. It just basically boils down to when Miller was first, like it says here, when Miller was first hired, the first Friday the 13th movie, Cunningham argues that it was a work for hire situation, that it should have no claim to the copyrights of the screenplay in the first place, as the court ruled in 2018. But because he won the appeal in the Second Circuit Court, it now means that he may have to get accredited if they do move on with this. And it's basically what's happening with the Marvel and Disney universe right now, because there's writers, and they kind of hint to it here, because like they say, this is not completely unlike what's happening with the Marvel and Disney universe right now, and this case is a very high profile example of what's going to send shockwaves through Hollywood. Make no mistake that this will be happening more and more now, and I feel that horror franchises are going to be where we see the most action and suits being filed. So I'm not happy with it, but it looks like Jason will still be dormant according to them. Hopefully that's not the case. I want to see Jason back on the big screen, like I said last week, but we'll see. Now this from Looper kind of talks about that, because apparently this is also happening in the Marvel universe, where certain writers, that had an impact on certain comic book superheroes, or wrote certain comic book superheroes, or certain lines for certain copybook, or created certain comic book superheroes, they're being sued, and there's a lot of or at least not the writers themselves, but at least the franchises that they help build are being kind of put in this situation where they want their credit for where credit is due. They're the writers. They might have created the heroes, and after a certain amount of time, those rights kind of go back to them in a way. So I'm not entirely sure on how that all works out. I'm not a lawyer, but you know, I know that there's a I know that I think it's during the Spider-Man, not Spider-Man, Superman. During the Superman, how you see at the end of any Superman movie or anything that's made with Superman, it says that it's accredited to, and then it has either the family's name or the writer's name or whatever. That is something that could get worked out, which means that the writers who created a storyline or created the superheroes themselves will finally have some sort of payment for all this money that is being made through these movies. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of come back to that because I did read more on it and I saw a lot of this stuff on it, and I'm trying to kind of quickly move through this, but I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. I mean, I think that if you're a writer and you wrote it, I don't know if it was work for hire, like they like to say, like the big companies like to say, which is what Disney's saying and what the big movie franchises are saying, that it's work for hire, so therefore they have no rights. I don't know. I kind of feel like they do have rights, but then again, it was work for hire in a way, so I don't know. I mean, it would be no different than if I were to write something for somebody else. Can I later come back and claim it? I don't know. I'm indifferent. And I'm indifferent only because I want to see Jason back on the big screen, and all this, you know, legal crap is just keeping it from happening. So we'll see what happens. I know, like I said, there's a lot of lawsuits going on back and forth between families, and I believe even Stan Lee's family at some point filed a lawsuit against Marvel. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, I want to kind of move on from here and move on to something else that I kind of saw this week as well. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. Also, leave your comments below. If you want to chat about any of these topics or any others, consider joining my live stream during my 1-hour pre-gaming news recap. I'm Eric the Inadequate, and until next time.